next up on the hot list
Yep.
is the good old C labels.
Yep.
And obviously we're seeing more and more releases at the moment. I think the first one where people really, in the UK, that I noticed from an audience point of view, that were starting not to get upset, but were deciding not to buy a drone because it isn't C label, was the Air 2S from DJI, which I still bought myself, which is a wonderful piece of kit. Can you give us any kind of update or any kind of general, because I know it's very hard to be specific when something's across the entirety of Europe, but also across several departments here in the UK as well. Can you give us any kind of update on how things are going with C labels?
So the rules of regs are in and have been for a while. We know that
Excellent.
January 23 is when manufacturers have to produce, if you like. I don't have a particular update from manufacturers. I mean, really, it's up to them. You know,
Okay.
it's kind of like saying when a Ford bringing out a
Yes.
new model of car or whatever.
So DJI, Autel, etc. They have those standards available to them now. Then.
Yeah.
So if DJI wanted to produce their Mavic 3, which is coming, with UK compliance, so UK CAA, C1, C0, whatever the Mavic 3 will be under, hopefully C2, please, that could happen as far as the CAA is concerned.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, the rules and legislation's all there. It's pretty much the same as the EASA rules and legislation. So it will be the same for Europe. And yeah, I mean, they have to do it from January 23. If they want to do it before then, that's purely a commercial decision by the manufacturers as to when they start stamping
Yes.
things.
Okay. Excellent, thank you, because that does clear things up, because we often get information on both sides, some saying that actually the standards aren't ready yet, and so in actual fact there isn't a label for the manufacturers to put on there yet, which is why some releases haven't had them so far. But it's good to know that we can now aim our guns back towards the manufacturers a little bit and say, hey, when are we going to get these C-class drones? Because it is, I know the UK and Europe is obviously a not secondary market, but certainly one step down from the US market, which is obviously the huge market, and the Asian market, which they concentrate on. But I think the C-class drones, with things like C2, we're going to see the A2 CofC and things like that really maximise in use, and all these people with their certificates that are there. So one of my questions, therefore, is whether or not the legacy period would be extended.
We always keep all of our rules under review
Yes.
to make sure they work and they actually are doing a job. You know, so you know, we will absolutely keep the C-class markings under review to see what happens. And you know, so many people. So when we were at the National Photo Show a couple of weeks ago, people would come and talk to us, and then they'd go and buy a drone from one of the retailers there, and virtually everybody was buying a Mini too. So remember, of course, that even under the new C-class markings, it doesn't affect the sub 250s.
indeed.
So that's a really important message for people to remember. We're only talking about
Exactly.
the over 250s.
The sub 250 side of things, buy with confidence now, frankly, because it's not going to change, which is fantastic.
And also, we were talking to a lot of people who had drones over 250 who actually don't want to do anything with them that the legacy rules and regs wouldn't allow anyway.
Yes.
You know, even commercial photographers we were talking to, they're landscape photographers.
Yes,
So
indeed.
there's nothing that
Yes.
they would need extra to
Yes,
actually
indeed.
carry on.
I think
doing.
the side of the audience that I get the feedback from that are worried about the legacy period ending are people that actually keep their drones for a longer period. For someone like me, obviously, especially a YouTube channel, I tend to buy anything that comes out for the channel, of course, and I'm very lucky. Thank you, viewers, because you enable that to happen. But it's one of those situations where some people hang on to their drones a lot longer. So, of course, they feel like at the moment with their A2 CFC, they're able to fly in congested areas. But after 2023, it's going to happen. But, of course, technology moves on. And a lot of that will move on with the technology. So by the end of 2023, I mean, we're already looking at the Mavic. The beginning of 2023. We're already looking at the Mavic 3 coming out now, and you know, goodness knows what will actually be flying by then. So I think some of it will, just from the fact that tech becomes older and falls off and is no longer updated, will look after itself. But if we don't see the manufacturers taking up the C labels, do you think the CAA would consider an extension to legacy, or because you're saying you keep things under review?
It's too early to say. So the deadline is there at the moment on the 1st of Jan 23. That's set. And again, that's the same, I believe, for the whole of Europe. So, but yeah, I mean, we're realistic, so we're not going to stop people's businesses if we can let them carry on. But that
Superb.
is the deadline at the moment. So
Excellent.
but as I said, we keep everything under.
Yeah, no, and I think that's a really, really positive message to have out there. Frankly, that it isn't this, bureaucratic thing of here's the date. We're not going to do anything else. But again, we're not saying they are either, because that's the whole point of a review, of course, as well. So that is very helpful.
Of course, the advantage of all the C marks is then you have a known product,
Yes.
which enables us to do more. So that's why we've said for the C marks, for the A2, you can have more freedom, because the manufacturer is guaranteeing that if it has that stamp, it can't go above that speed.
Exactly.
It has that
the
redundancy.
little button and
It
things.
has this.
Yes.
It has that, which then enables us to say, okay, we've got the confidence in that drone that we've never had before, to enable you to say you can go and do this. So I think from our perspective, the C marks actually brings a lot of
Yes.
positives for people to be able to do more that we
Exactly.
don't have at the moment.
Yes.
So it's worth pushing for.
Do you know if there's any kind of prospect, and this is a specific question, so no issue if you don't have the answers at all, but do you know if there's any kind of retroactive plans from the point of view of, for instance, DJI about 18 months ago now put out a blog post on their enterprise blog, talking about the fact that there might be the opportunity, or certainly they felt that their current drones were already at the EASA regs for C1, C2, and there might be some kind of option to be able to retroactive. Is retroactive something which, as far as you're aware, is possible under the current regulations?
So again, keep everything under review. It's too early to say, really. We did have some people come to us at the photo show going, well, what about stickers? I could put a sticker
Yes.
on. And yeah, but you could put a sticker on
That's
anything.
the problem, isn't it? Yes,
You know,
exactly. If you
it's-
start to allow it, then where does it
But
stop?
yeah, the whole-
eBay, buy your C2 sticker here.
Exactly,
Yes, yeah.
and the whole idea of having it printed and marked on at manufacturer is it doesn't come off, and
Yes.
and it's kind of there, and it's the manufacturer that's declared it and put it on. So we'd need to look and see how you got that confidence that
Absolutely.
somebody who wasn't necessarily as informed, say a police person stopping or a local authority
Yeah.
inspector, could have that confidence that somebody hasn't got a 20-year-old drone and just put a C2
That's right,
sticker
exactly.
on.
It's so, and to me, I completely get that, because it is so important. We cannot, if we muddy the C classings at all, then it will lose its power. One other thing, just before I do let you go, is on the changes within the CAA as far as the drone unit now going in under, essentially not being a drone unit anymore, and everyone, which again, I kind of get, because why should you have the unmanned unit sort of on the side of the CAA? Why not have everybody working on the same things? Because it does get very much like we've got here. You do get that advantage of mixing the two disciplines. We used to have things like the drone line and the drone team to be able to contact individually. If a hobbyist wanted to reach out and speak to the CAA about something, what's the best way for them to do that?
So our drone team still have all the existing contacts that they always had. So,
Excellent.
all the same people are there. They've just become a bigger group with their general aviation team, because there's so much that is similar. It's the same airspace
Yeah.
they're flying in.
Yeah.
It's the same issues.
Especially with the commercial boom that's happening at the moment.
Absolutely.
It's so much more crossover.
Yeah.
Excellent. So
So
it is
all,
the same
all
way.
the same links are there. There's their Twitter feed as well, which we're on 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. We'll be at events, we'll be at exhibitions. So, yeah, all the
Yes,
same contacts.
as you are here today.
Final thing,
Yes.
if I may,
Of course.
a plug. We're
Please.
launching our new drone photo competition in probably about a week and a bit.
Excellent.
Some really good prizes, including, hopefully, the winners will be exhibited in the Royal Aeronautical Society's London headquarters.
That's cool.
So yeah, which is, it's not money. There will be some good good drone prizes as well.
I can tell you, but the live shows, and my audience will say that the live shows we have, which actually just display people's viewer videos, are hugely popular, because people just like to share. And that's something like that will be very cool. Okay, well, please do let us know when that happens, because we will certainly publicise that an awful lot. So I think that's a really, really positive thing. And again, it's bringing the CAA together with the hobby and professionals there, of course, as well. But it's bringing drone users together with the CAA and trying to, as I've said before on the channel, trying to show us all. You're Jonathan, I'm Sean. You just happen to be CAA. I'm a drone flyer. We're all the same people with the same objectives, essentially, of keeping the skies as open as possible. So. Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.